Okay, I had to do a video on this too. I discovered impossible geometry on Google Earth. This guy has fascinating stuff. I'd love to go to some of these sites or have them come to mine. What you see, these blocks, and those blocks are stacked on top of each other. These here are eroded. And what I believe here is not tendon. I believe it's muscle, and because of all the Fe2O3, the reds in it. He got a lot of reds in this, and I believe it's muscle. I call it muscle blockage. But look at the fibers down here in this lower corner on the top of that one. Look at that. And this is just not your normal sandstone. You understand what I'm saying? This isn't from sedimentary deposits or anything like that. That's total nonsense. Oh, this is so good. Look at these blocks. Look how square they are. And I'm going to show you in a minute what I think they are. Okay. And a lot of it's missing. Look at the top of that thing. I mean, you look at the blocks stacked over there. Look at those blocks stacked. And on the mountain back over here behind us. See, that's why their minds can't fathom this. They think this would be some kind of sedimentary deposit because it being sandstone. So oceans did this. This all happened underneath oceans. And I'm sure they got some explanation how these blocks all form perfectly side by side like that. Yeah. Anyway, but look at that in there. I believe it's muscle. In my opinion, I don't believe it's tendon because it's all the blood. And also the way it's formed, it looks more muscle blocks to me, but that's just my opinion. Okay, a lot of you watch this guy's videos. Look how perfectly square they are. Well, not identical, but pretty darn close to identical to each one. And look at all those blocks, how they just peel off there, and then there's another layer below it, and there would have been another layer on top of it, another layer on top of it. A lot of it's gone. A lot of it's missing off the top layer. When I do my research, I find places where there's a half a mile at least missing off the top. So that's why we can't tell what a lot of the carcass is, because so much is missing. I mean, look at that in there. So I'm going to show you here in a minute what I believe it is. I mean, this is absolutely astounding. I mean, the guy's standing right there running his drone. I mean, look how small he is compared to those blocks. I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? I'll tell you what, geology, what the idea is how they think things are formed, just insanity. Billions of years, and this retention, and this and that, and it's like a big pond, and it's like the ocean currents did this and this. No, they didn't. That's all hearsay. We have more than enough proof now that it's biological. They can't handle there being a God. That's the bottom line. They can't handle there being a God. They want a godless worth. I don't know what they're doing in their lives. Something naughty or something. Why don't they want a God? But anyway, okay, this is skeletal muscle. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. I think it is, and I believe it's muscle and not tendons, because all the Fe2O3, all the oxygenated blood we're seeing in the blocks that the guy has there. And I have a lot of muscle here that transitions to sandstone and has a lot of the red in it also. I don't think we'd find as much of the red in it material if it was tendon. I have a lot of tendon material here, and it tends to be more gray without the red in it. But you can see the blocks in here of skeletal muscle, how it grows in blocks. And he has blocks here that are stacked on top of each other. And they're right. This is I believe this is what they are. See that? It's layer after layer after layer after layer of blocks. And then it all forms inside of the membranes, and each one of them has a membrane, and they become a bundle, and the bundle becomes bigger and bigger and bigger bundles, and you get the idea, and pretty soon, and they all work together. But I believe, because we're seeing so much red in his videos and those blocks, I believe it's skeletal muscle, or muscle instead of tendon. And I could be wrong, but that's what I believe it is. Either way, it's biology, and it didn't happen by some kind of retention or whatever, something like that. Anyway, alright. That's my opinion on it. Bye-bye now.